Hi, everybody. I'm Jerusha, and this is my website, Fostering Oklahoma. I kind of came to the conclusion of wanting to create a website about foster care in Oklahoma as I've been a foster parent for the past couple years. And through my experience, I really wanted a website or a resource that kind of compiled all the resources and all the organizations that Oklahoma, specifically Oklahoma City, had to offer for new or old foster parents. So I kind of wanted to, my plan from the beginning was to create a website that encompassed all of the things that could be helpful. So that's kind of where this originated. Um, as for kind of the visual aspect of my website, I wanted something that was really kind of simple and streamlined because I know as a foster parent or as a parent, you have a lot of stuff going on, and a website that's just full and full and full of stuff that's kind of overwhelming because of your eyes just go into just get overstimulated for all the stuff that's happening on it. I wanted to not do that because I'm a type of viewer that immediately makes me not interested if I have to like hunt and look for something, or if there's just you kind of bombarded with information. So I wanted it as streamlined and as just kind of to the nitty gritty as possible. Um, so I mean the front, I it's pretty basic. Um, and then my next page, resources. I kind of put this first because to me it was the most important part of this website because it's the actual compilation of resources and organizations. And I linked my favorite ones to their YouTube video that kind of explains the whole organization and what they do. Um, so I wanted all of my favorite ones first, and then underneath those, I also linked to the website for those specific organizations, and then also other organizations that I thought were very beneficial and helpful. In this list right here, had I had it, from day one, it would have been tremendous. So this is my favorite part of the website because, as a user of, all of these organizations, this definitely was the most beneficial, and these websites are wonderful and have so much information and link to so much more information. So, so this is my favorite part. And then my next one, for me personally, something that I kind of dived into were foster parents that blogged because I put in there that a powerful lesson that's learned by me definitely as a foster parent is that it takes a village. So I just became, immersed myself in other people's journeys, and there was so much that you could learn from their experiences. And also the comfort to know that some of the feelings or some of the things that you're experiencing is normal, and there's so many people that are experiencing and going through the same thing, and there's just comfort in knowing that, and just such growth that can come from that. So this is my second favorite part. That's why it's the second most important, is for people who like to blog or read blogs. These were some of my favorite ones, and I linked to each of these websites as well. So it's kind of just like a one-stop shopping place where you can just come in and just lots of good ones. And just like the other links, these websites link to so many other resources. So it's really kind of basic on my website, but what it opens up is tremendous. And then the next part that I thought I didn't actually, this is the blog portion of my site. I didn't actually blog anything because I'm not really a blogger. I've not felt comfortable in that, but it is definitely something that I would like to pursue at some point. So I wanted to add it in there. Also, just because, I found so much comfort in other blogs, and I thought this would be a nice part to have, and, people can comment, and there's just such a community that can be built on a website through the use of a blog. So although I didn't, blog anything, I did want to add it because it's something that I think would be a nice addition to this website. And then my next page, I had created a presentation that was just the basics, qualifications, and requirements to become a foster parent in Oklahoma. And I thought with a Prezi, it made it a little more enjoyable to read and, get all that information of what you need to be a foster parent. And then I just thought this was definitely something that was, important to me and kind of eye-opening to me. So I wanted to add some statistics for, for people that, there's people that appreciate statistics and kind of understand stuff better that way, more so than a video or something like that. So I wanted to add that in. And then my page that has the most going on is the frequently asked questions, because I thought that I organized it that's probably the first place people are going to go when you first become a foster parent, is what are questions that are being asked, because everybody wants answers. So on this page, I started with a quiz, and where you can just a couple questions on foster care and myths that surround foster care. And then I linked to a podcast that it's this really nice foster parent couple who it was their first time being foster parents, and they kind of just created a podcast through their whole journey. So very nice for people maybe that don't like to read the blogs but like to listen. There's another avenue for that. And then I also linked to, because Pinterest is amazing and there's so many things on there that you can use. That was linked to that. Then just a contact of who they can contact to do everything, to be a foster parent or for more information. So the gist of how my organization is that I wanted it simple, and I wanted it just straight to the point. Here is helpful things for you becoming a foster parent, or you already are a foster parent. And as for what the challenges I had were kind of the whole thing. I've never created a website. There were a lot of multimedia things that I created that I didn't know anything about, so I had to learn those, and which was really nice and easier than I thought, but still kind of challenging for being new. And then kind of how to sequence your information. That was a challenge for me of, what's the best way to put it that, captivates the audience, but also is helpful and, user-friendly. And I think I did accomplish, a user-friendly website, especially for, my targeted audience of, foster parents who are probably, grasping for any and all information they can get their hands on. I think that my website could be an asset to them, especially to, foster parents in Oklahoma, and, all the information that I give is, tied to foster parents in Oklahoma. So I know that as a foster parent in the beginning, this would have been very helpful to have all of this information, in one place, instead of, having 10 tabs at the top of my computer of all the websites that I like and enjoy. have information I needed. So I really enjoyed creating this website and hope to improve it continuously, because there's always information that can be added, and organizations and stuff that just can be so helpful. So I want to continue to add. I have a lot of friends that contributed, things and organizations that had helped them. So I really enjoyed this process, and I enjoyed the outcome as well. So that is my website. Thank you.